Okay, today I'm gonna cover Founders Beer. They're from Michigan. They've been around for a long time. So 10 years ago, they moved to a different location for their expansion. 97 is when they really grasped a hold for their tap room, and it really helped them out. Apparently the first couple of years, or first year, they're really losing a lot of money. But now they're very well known for their beer. They're very phenomenal. Very few beers between them that I actually just can't stand. Like, I don't know. There's a couple breweries where I like some of the beer, but this one I haven't had one yet that I've been disappointed. Each beer is treated differently and has its purpose, and that's what they make sure they do to all of them. So this is your everyday IPA. It's going to be covering the session style. It's not too heavy, but it has 42 IBUs. So this is a very good casual drinker. So this is anyone starting IPAs. You're not quite understanding anything. You can start here. It's about like $17, $18 for a 15 pack, which is a really good deal. Because when IPAs and pales are really good, it starts getting to like $20 for 15 pack. And a lot of companies don't do 15 packs, but they do. And make sure you want to have enough for your friends and to hang out. So let's see what we got over here. So for me, the body is already darker. You can see that golden color. But what gets me is I'm always going to talk about the different bitternesses. But the bitterness from this one, it's focused more on a piney, grassy type of bitterness. It's very light, so this will be your introduction. A lot of West Coast beers are usually focused on grassy flavors. A lot of East Coast will be more of the citrusy. It just varies from areas and who's brewing it and for what reason. But it's expanding. You can get all that anywhere. Just when they really started blowing up, that was the focus for those two sites. So you can clearly see it's darker, more going on. So it has that little extra in the body. It's like a nice medium, and then you get that bitter going down your tongue, but it's a light pine, light grassy. And that is something to focus on when you're experiencing and understanding your IPAs. You're gonna have bitter from stouts, but they don't focus on that. So that's gonna be like culinary, more chocolate coffee. This is more expansion on nature's flavor from the hops. Hops are a beautiful little plant. They look like little buds. When you break them apart, you can smell all the aromas they have on them. Some companies make little pellets, and it varies. And they all have arguments on what's better or worse. The main focus is when you're designing your beer, what do you want from it? I don't know if it lays any of the, let me see. No, doesn't lay down a recipe. Some of them will have the different hops. There's like 5 hop varieties. One of them that I fell in love with, if I can remember correctly, Cascades is a little more citrus forward. I do enjoy it, but in the beginning it was not my favorite. And there's a couple more. I'm gonna have to get more heavy on the names. What was it? It wasn't Cascade. There was another one that's a little more fruity, but as I'm finding out, as they grow each year, even though you have a constant level of flavor you're going for, each season they have to re-smell, and it changes the beer even a little bit. It could be the weather, it could be the sun, it could be hot, cold. Those things affect every plant from your tomato all the way to your hops. So right now, as dark as this is, it's very light, slight crispness, and grassy pine, just a little bit of pine. It's like a little piney on the back. And so that's definitely something that I'm gonna recommend for a starter at 32 IBUs. 40 is a good sweet spot. It's gonna smack you. You're not gonna know what you're tasting, and you just gotta divide from pine, grassy, and citrus. That's all you gotta worry about starting off, and you'll start getting used to it, and you'll start understanding what's going on here connected to here, and you'll be able to separate them. So once again, Founders All Day IPA is an everyday drinking IPA that they offer. And I will be covering some of their stouts stuff. I love their stouts. They are mean but beautiful. So hopefully you enjoy this one if you're jumping into some good IPAs.